Welcome to Boise, Idaho, where fans describe a home game in one way. We get them on the blue, and that typically means trouble for anyone who tangles with the Boise State Broncos. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day, as we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the Sam Houston Bearcats, squaring off with another team from the AAC, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Broncos will put total leather to crank us up. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Bearcats offense will get the first swing of the game. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Second down coming up. Wide out in motion. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Dahl. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end-of-season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Caught behind the line. It's Dahl. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the option. Now the toss. At midfield, he's got room. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
All right, David, as someone that loves defense and sound defense, how would you evaluate their job fitting that play?
To quote the great philosopher Reese Davis, that was very ungood. Defense is about making the ball go where you want it to go. Like guys doing their job and fitting it to the second level player correctly. That was a clinic tape on what not to do.
From the red zone, it's Davis. Brought down after a pickup of 5 yards down to the 10.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Sam Houston. What a quick start for this offense, putting up points on the first drive.
And that's got to feel good, Reese. You've been practicing all week. You've been practicing against the looks you were anticipating to see from this defense. You get those looks, you're able to come out, you run the ball, you throw the ball, and this offense right now is in a groove early.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Number 13, set to kick this one away.
Coming out with it, it's in goal. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So Boise State's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him, hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back, and this defensive end can put him there.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field. Touchdown, Bearcats! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. What a play by the defense there. Loose football, country fumble, pick it up with room, scoop, and score.
No doubt, country versus city. When it's a country fumble, nobody around, I got to pick that puppy up and do some damage with it. Nice job seeing the situation, scooping it up, making a play.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. Looking for a productive play on first down. Quick handoff. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big gain now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Complete with conviction on the crosser. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. First down here for the offense. Power football with the run. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking downfield, it's Hope. Flips it out to the back. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Really good offenses are able to attack short. You've got to be able to attack the whole field to make you honor that underneath part, then the intermediate part, and then you take shots down the field. This will loosen up some shots for later in the game.
They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. To the 43-yard line and a first down for this offense.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on third down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these third downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. They'll give it to the back. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Third and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? To the ground to try to pick up the first. He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1. And the Broncos decide to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They work their way to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 5.
You know, they pride themselves on being physical at the point of attack, dominating at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The give to the tailback. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Leaves it with the back. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Bearcats are rolling down the field. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. And the runner is down, and so is a flag.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. A first down for the offense. Caught in the backfield, it's Dog. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later.
The pitch. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Looking to the big tight end. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win first and second down. You set up third and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody in the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force fourth downs.
He'll try to do it himself. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down. And the Bearcats come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Give to the running back. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
At the 38, brings up second down.
That's the end of the period, and Sam Houston has the lead. They largely dominated this first quarter as indicated by the stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Ooh, and that was close for the offense. They try to go wide receiver screen. They're counting on that receiver beating that defender. Wasn't able to make him miss that time, but if I'm on offense, I'm going back to that play later.
Swings it out to the flat. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. They are getting deep into the playbook. 11th play of the drive. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Bulldoze ahead. He's down at the 18 after picking up 5.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking, more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
Looking for just one more yard. It's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
This is a guy that put a lot of pressure on himself coming into this season. He felt like he was ready to have a breakout year. He knew he had all the tools in the toolbox to be able to get it done, and he's showing it. That's his 10th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Georgia State took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week. And the end result was a focused group of Panthers that fired on all cylinders. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Puts him in the spin cycle. He makes the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. To the air. It's Hope. He's got his man. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
He wants to throw. Caught over the middle. It's moved. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Broncos racing to the line in a hurry-up.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's...
And the quarterback is snowed under.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, chipping, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. And this defense is bringing the heat, another sack.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And the Broncos will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. And now the offense will come onto the field again. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, and if I'm the defense, I'm making some changes. I'm bringing in more big bodies. I'm playing more aggressive towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
Single back formation, and they give it to him. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it. Offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They could have used a little bit more there. Pick up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down. And the Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
He's now up to 83 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. To the ground with the back. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
They make the stop after a pickup of 3. Ball's at the 18. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. And with that last carry, into triple digits, over 100 yards for the day.
And he's showing you power. He's showing you speed. He's showing you make you miss. He really is showing you he's a complete back. And by the way, it's still the first half.
A little release to the back. Touchdown, Bearcats! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Number 28.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Boise State ready to send out that offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
After the misfire, now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Hope. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw. Never gave his receiver a chance.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Broncos will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. He gets a block. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of... He wants to start this drive with a pass. Throws for the tight end. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
That's so frustrating for a quarterback. He sees an open guy, he's ready to rip the football, and then all of a sudden, one of those defensive ends gets their big mitt in the air and knocks it down.
Getting some heat. The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. And the Bearcats will send out the punt unit.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
The offense needed something, just anything, to give them just a little breathing room, and the defense provided it with that penalty. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Bearcats will kick it away to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this, because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third down, going up top. They're bringing heat. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Touchdown, Sam Houston. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Arizona State is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. If that quarterback can find a little magic a la Jake Plummer, this might not be over just yet. It's still a one-score game. They're trailing by 8 to Jacksonville State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. Got it in the middle. It's Singletary. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. It'll be third and short from their own 33. Fast motion from the offense. Back to pass, it's Hope. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
This has been a frustrating day, and I'm not sure it's going to get any better. You're already down huge. Listen, this offense can't protect this quarterback. They don't do anything right now. This defense has had their number all game long.
And the Broncos will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. No fair catches here, looking for room. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How about the play call there, guys? 3rd down, they're throwing it behind the line of scrimmage, seeing if this guy can do something once he has it in his hands, but a better job of pursuit and tackling defensively, now setting up 4th.
And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave him no opportunity for a return. The Bronco offense back out there ready to give it another spin. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Catch in the middle, it's moved. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Unloads to the wideout. A strike downfield. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. After getting moved back, it's 1st and 20. Looking to pass, it's Hope. Gets it out fast. Can't come in half-stepping to tackle this guy. Too much strength and power. He's up to the 25. This offense has a 2nd down play. The pull and throw off the RPO. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
You know, my old offensive coordinator, Sean Payton, used to call that situation 3rd in California. Not a lot of plays that you can dial up on the play sheet for that type of down and distance. It makes it so hard on the quarterback. They've got to do a better job of keeping these 3rd downs managed.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And that's another productive run. This offense has had a bunch of them today, and the running back, I think this lead was built on this guy. He's done a great job all game long, setting the tone, and I think that's why this offense has been successful.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the run game defensively.
But you kind of know.
Afterburners coming. Touchdown, Bearcats! And the stomping has commenced.
And, man, that play looked a little bit too easy. 4th down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Boise State ready to send out that offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
They're running the curl route against zone coverage. The quarterback knows that's going to be a tight window. He's got to rifle that ball into his wide receiver. He does just that, and as a result, they pick up the first down.
They'll run it from the gun. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. The Broncos come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
That's the end of the period, and Sam Houston has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking for a man. It's Hope. Right down the middle. Oh, so close to paying off the tip drill. He had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down. It'll bring up a big decision. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And you just sort of wonder if that's some kind of moral victory from the head coach. You're not going to get shut out in front of all these eyeballs. We're just going to put 3 points up on the board. As a player, I used to absolutely hate that if I was on the losing team, because you're just trying to save face. I want to go down and try and score a touchdown. I know that the chances aren't great, but let me go out there and compete.
And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. Offense getting set for first down. Looking to move it through the air. They're trying to get to it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
Hey, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have...
Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill at running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions. It is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays. I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, and keep this drive rolling.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll leave it with him. They make the stop, but he got work done on the ground, picking up 6 to the 23.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
Dropping back, it's Lawrence. He makes the connection. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical third down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
They think there's room to run to the right here. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
In situations like this, offensively, when you've got the lead in the fourth quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Now on 2nd and goal. Got his man quickly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And that's a really good job by the defense understanding leverage. I can't let that fast sucker get outside of me towards the sidelines. Nice job expanding with him and then going and making a tackle. One of the hardest things to do in football.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Boise State has it back, ready to go to work on offense. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Back to throw, it's Hope. Finds his man. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they...
And the defense gets to the quarterback.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Got a man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the offense averts absolute disaster by falling on that fumble. And the Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day. And they've had a day, and it's the complete and total offense. They got the ground going, and obviously this is why you see him. You're going to feature him because he can churn those legs, get those extra yards, but they've had balance, throwing for touchdowns. Like, this offense has been very complete today, and that's why they're winning so big.
They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. When you know you have a team outclassed, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy. Great execution. Just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field. Defense was not giving anything up. What a great game plan coming in, and this was just total domination.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation